We're back. This is live. This is the Limitless Channel live for one of the last times on the Awake Souls channel. Friday night call-ins. How you doing, brother? Introducing Jason Laufenberg of Awake Souls.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing, brother? It's great to be with you all again. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you tonight. Got some interesting things to go through. One of which is a behind-the-scenes video, Mark Sargent, that it goes to the way back. And I had never heard this. I think it was just released. I think this is just like now, and it's shocking. It's shocking, even though we we knew all this stuff, but it's shocking to hear it from them from so far back. And so I just wanted to go through that. And what else? What else have you been seeing? What's going on with you?
Well, I've been watching the the Mark of the Beast, the Elon Musk. They released a Neuralink launch event. I've been anticipating that. And what else? I got named in a video. I was surprised not to see your name there. Oh, I just said an I don't want to do that too many times. Let me try and find the channel. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I got a boat traveling by. But how are you?
Good. I'll give everybody a little update. I think this weekend I'm going to be recording myself building a oversized pulley. I'm going to be going for a 35-inch diameter pulley. You can't just go online and find a 35-incher. It's hard to get above 12 inches. And I don't know. The one I have right now is 14 inches, but I've done the calculations and I've got room for a 35-inch, and it's going to put me right at the RPMs that I'm looking for. So the flywheel moves on, and so there'll be videos about that. I'm going to be continuing to document the process. I've got neighbors involved now that they're now doing their YouTube research, and they're like, but how are you going to get over Unity? But they see it. They can see it. They see the starter running the scooter motor running the flywheel. They can see that it's only drawing, a half an amp to 1 amp. And so now with the big pulley that I'll be making, I'll be getting the RPMs on the alternator up to 3,400, and its current configuration without having to adjust the gear ratio that I have driving it. But I've got plenty of room to do that if I need to. So I don't know. I think 3,400 RPMs on the alternator is really where I want to be. It's going to be over 100 amps. I'll be pushing the 110, 115 range for the 3,400 RPM. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to move away from non-curved earth. But this coming across this video, this was it's just too much to pass up on. It really confirms everything that we've been saying all along, and it's a tide changer for sure. And we'll go through and we'll dissect it like any other piece. We'll play some and stop, and we have the history. Like there's this guy Johnathan that I didn't really know anything about, and you know him from way back. It was really sort of like before my non-curved earth time.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Between the two of us, and I think he's the guy that actually gave the video to Stargods, who's published it, and now I see Trolls versus Trolls has picked up as well. So,
well, I think it was released because of Mark. It's a public self-implosion, right? Cyanide pill.
Yeah, it was set up. It was recorded beforehand. This isn't the type of conversation that you record.
You shred this one, eh? This one gets shredded.
This one gets shredded. You use the the encoded lines and all that kind of stuff. So this team, they record all these things because they're set up to fail. Mm-hmm. So then but that means that the release of this video here is a conscious decision been made by that team to Mark's.
He's done.
He's done.
But in this community, they don't just walk away. They have to take one final swipe at the truth, right? That's the whole agenda, was to take down the truth.
Yeah, so I mean the play with the direction that this is going. So if they're revealing that it was all set up, it was controlled rollout, these are agents, supposed agents or whatever, we know that it's a spiritual war that's being played out. That it doesn't matter if they have a CIA or an FBI or NSA title, that we're up against people that are anti the creator of this world being the God of the Bible. So they, I don't know, Mark's got to be out. Mark's got to be out. They're trying to play it like Earth must be a globe. If Mark set this up, if Pat was an agent, that means that we're not on a non-curved Earth. I mean, I think that's originally the way they planned on imploding this, but mm-hmm. we all know that plan's not going to work.
No. So, to set this up a little bit more, Johnathan was Mark Sargent's sidekick in the beginning of Flat Earth, early 2015. And Johnathan ended up having this crazy ex-wife, all this drama. He did a bunch of live streams in a white, bathrobe or whatever. It was just, he was nuts. He got pulled off the scene just as Patricia was coming in. So,
but we'll see the interesting relationship that Mark and this guy had. It's, you know what? Can you switch this to an R-rated show?
Sure. 1 second.
There's it gets sort of R-rated.
It's that bad, eh? Wow.
Yeah, it should probably have it. So I just want to point out that we're on Stargods. Now, this is the guy that I've said for a long time, I would almost put a bet down that Stargods is Mark's dad. I mean, they're both unique looking individuals, and the way Stargods has always covered Mark and Pat and been their deflection source. But he followed their storyline, and he was dedicated to just talking about them. And now you have...
Yeah, he went crazy, right? Mark Sargent crazy.
Yeah.
Just all the time. And Patricia Steere, just constantly. Talking
about how hot she is, and how everybody in Flat Earth she's so hot.
And it all went down as he was one of the Flat Earth and the Hot Potatoes early guests. And then he turned on her. Same with Dan Pratt. Dan Pratt was one of the earlier guests. I was as well a later guest. They forced me in Matrix Decode, and then they pretty much screwed him out of the community. But Stargods we postulated that he might be Mark Sargent's dad, running some sort of COINTEL, same team, different team. But yeah, I'll be right back. Everything's set up.
Related. Even if they're not blood related, they're still they're in the same brotherhood. They're working together, same team.
It's R-rated as well, so I'll be right back.
Okay. So I'll speed this up a little bit, and we'll stop and jump in on some points. I'm going to try to follow the chat as well. But check this out. You're going to get So you're going to be listening to Mark and John talking to each other. And as this continues on, you start to understand that this wasn't a live recording, but listen to the things that they're talking about and how Mark brought Pat in and their like crazy wild love affair that they had in the beginning. This is gonna blow you away, people. It blew me away.
But this is what they told me.
Everybody, I'll tell you about that.
I know what that is. Wait, that's Peter Gunn, the version from Art of Noise.
Could be, or it could be the original. I don't know. My perspective used a really small snippet of it for everybody's been jumping on that baby landing in Alaska thing, and it's good. It's actually damn.
What is it?
Well, it's weird. Nobody. Again, remember how I said the internet misses nothing?
Right.
So everyone's really hyped up about the flat Earth thing. So this pregnant woman got on a plane in Bali, flying to Los Angeles. And somewhere during about 6 hours in, pregnant women are not supposed to be, when you're really, really that far along, you're not supposed to be on airplanes anyway. And about 6 hours in, they realized she was going into labor. So they diverted the plane to another hospital. You know where they went?
Mm-mm.
Alaska. Went to freaking Anchorage.
Wait, from where?
From Bali. That's South Asia.
I was gonna say, isn't Bali down near like Australia or some shit?
It's north of Australia, but not that far.
Okay.
I mean, basically, it's a straight line on a globe. It's a straight shot from Bali through Hawaii to Los Angeles.
All right, wait, I gotta look at this. Hold on a second. World map.
Oh hell, I might as well send you the. Here, I'll send you the freaking thing for it right now. Hang on. There, check. No, right there. There's the video, and people have been jumping on this. There's several people that have been making their own videos about it So, anyway, the point is, on a globe map, technically, all you have to do is go to another couple hours, and you're in Honolulu, right?
Uh-huh.
They went due north and went all the way to Anchorage to have the baby.
Yeah, why is that? I'm not figuring it out.
Because you're up on a flat map, it's a straight line. That's why.
So he says right away, on a flat map, that's a straight line. He's referring to solely the AE map, the azimuthal equidistant. It's the only thing that he's referencing. They had that flight line, and it works better on an AE map, which is a top-down projection of a globe, than it does on the globe. Right? They chose that. It's part of the PSYOP. This was how they rolled out and initially got people's attention, was with a flight path over the wrong map.
There is no. Remember, I said there's no shortcuts on a globe.
Well, and the funny thing is the map that we have been showing everybody, there is a shortcut on it. There is one. So he's gatekeeping right there.
So if you look on the AE map,
wait, why wouldn't they just go to Hawaii?
Because Hawaii's further away.
Than Alaska?
Than Alaska. On a flat map, it's further away, but on a globe map, it's not further away.
Oh, there it is. Okay, now I see it. A minute and 46 they show the flat map versus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck me, man.
I know. And that was.
Notice the spinning ball Earth. You had the Star Trek thing. This is just coded up. This is a serious mind control piece right from the get-go.
That story was put on the Daily Mail, because it was an interesting story. Pregnant women, does labor, but they had to go to Alaska, and no one, of course, General Pop is not going to say anything about it. But in this case, it's like, wait a minute, why are you going to Alaska? And on a flat map, there it is. There's your straight shot. There's no reason they shouldn't divert it to Hawaii. None. Especially, Anchorage. Oh my God. Honolulu is completely set up for international hospital shit.
The juicy stuff is coming up soon.
Tons of Asian people go through
right.
Hawaii. But no, you're going to divert to literally the most remote state in the Union.
Not good.
Yeah. Why should you divert to Siberia while you're at it? That's way the fuck up there. Why not divert to Vancouver, Canada, or anywhere? So yeah, very, very interesting, and all the flat Earth people are like going, get a debunker to look at this. So we'll probably talk about it on the show, but it's very, very interesting.
Wow, you know what? I just posted this on Facebook, and I hit post, and it doesn't appear. It's got to be scanned first.
God damn
it literally just disappears, and then about 20 minutes later, it might show up.
Nice, but yeah, a lot of people were covering this. A lot of new videos. Let's see, Russian Vids did the same thing. Airline flight.
So Russian Vids jumped in. We've known him to be the guy behind really the dissemination of the gematria code for the Freemasons. but he's always stuck with the AE map and model.
Wally to LAX. He did it. Daniel Pratt's going on a freaking tear.
So Daniel Pratt gets a big shout out. He's on a tear. And I mean, look at how different the whole Daniel Pratt thing is now. He was always the fake opposition against Mark and Pat because he was interviewed. He was with Pat.
Yeah, he went to Houston. He moved his whole family there.
Right.
He just gets angry. I love him.
So this guy comes on the scene, and Dan Pratt, he's on a tear. He just gets angry. I love him. So he's talking about the team right now.
Let's see. Try to see if there's any. And I've gotten a whole bunch of neat emails. Guy from the Marine Corps wrote me. Had a neat, interesting little thing he wanted me to read.
Lots of military staged script.
That's awesome.
All of it was military. It's all military, industrial complex.
What did he say?
He said,
By the way, man.
Yeah.
Totally avoiding the situation.
All right, here's where it turns. So this is the big turn.
I think I was going to let you skate, did you?
No, I figured you'd throw enough inside jokes tonight that you'd probably torture me. So
Why?
I don't know.
That's your relationship. I have no right.
Wow. Let's put it this way. I don't really have the words. I thought, after about, 200 hours worth of Skype video with her, that I would be fully prepared for the experience that is Patricia Steere, but I am not.
Is that good or bad? I don't understand.
She's like some sort of resurrected 30s movie star.
What?
I've never seen fashion or elegance like, it's weird. Her bathrobe,
Way overdressed for Whigby Island?
overdressed. People thought she was a movie star. Literally. They were like, wondering, just
Yeah, right.
Are they shooting?
He starts hyping her as this like incredible movie star, and she's got the glasses, right?
Somewhere there is, because this island's been used for several movies over the years.
This island's been used for several movies over the years. Have we ever heard anything else like that in the news recently? Didn't Epstein have an island used for several movies?
Couple.
And they're wondering if they're shooting a movie, and 'cause she's got those giant Hollywood glasses and all black. Her suitcase was just filled with just tons of all black.
Dildos and sex toys.
Exactly. I was pegged several times.
Right on.
It was awful. No. Plus she's just thin, super thin.
Right.
Oh my God.
So how's she looking at corset and stockings?
My God. I've never seen underwear like that before.
Really?
Oh my God. Ever.
All right, so we haven't gotten to the part where they reveal the timetable that's been in place so far. But we've got the suitcase full of sex toys, and now listen to the way he's describing her underwear. Listen.
Really?
Even on movies, I've never seen stuff like that before.
Wow.
She's yeah, it's amazing. And you look and you're going, seriously, 50 years old? Seriously? Is that even?
Okay, so this video was from 2015, and when Pat's background started coming up, and they were starting to supply like birth certificates, and there were multiple birth certificates. I remember that we had been told that she was 58, and then when the birth certificates came out, there were two different dates, but the younger one she was 56 in. So if you give her the 56 then, she's the 58 now. And from 15 to 19.
Come on.
What?
I don't know.
What don't you know?
I don't think she's 58. She might be.
Well, based on the birth certificates that were released when she was in question, she would have to be like 58 now. So it doesn't jive at all. But listen,
impossible. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing.
So when is she moving up there?
She's looking right now.
Seriously?
Yeah.
On your island, right there.
No. There's no way. There's no way. She sticks out like what was the Dennis Miller line, which I love so much? More glaring than a diamond tiara in the middle of the Nevada salt flats at high noon. That's how glaringly sticks out she does. No, oh my God, and she wasn't even wearing colors. But her nightgown was better than most girls' prom dresses I've seen.
What?
It was a freaking
Sounded like he said Satan.
Yeah.
nightgown made out of velvet. I'm not kidding you. And she doesn't walk through rooms. She glides through rooms. I don't even know how to describe it. And so I just had to sit her down, and I said, look, you've seen me on camera. What the hell are you doing here? Right. Honest to God. I mean, it really, I even had to bring up the Marilyn Monroe, Arthur Miller reference. The writing.
Yeah.
I was like going,
pause it.
I was going, really?
So the whole storyline of Mark thinking that she was hot and all this was just to hide the fact that Mark is probably a raging homosexual, right? And
you really sort of, if you have ears to hear, you're going to hear a whole bunch of admittance. He can't play the part of a guy attracted to a female well at all.
And it didn't work. And then they tried to send in then Sasha and some other Victoria or Veronica or some chick from BC, and it was just horrid. It was really ridiculous. He looked like a fish out of water. The whole thing just failed. It was miserable to watch. Really, I'm so happy it's over now. I'm so thankful.
I know, brother. Subjecting people to this one last time, but this one really here, when this gets out and around, these guys are done. That's it.
You don't get it, really? She goes, I'm not Marilyn Monroe.
So what's going on with you two then? Are you an item now or what?
Yeah, we're an item. Yeah.
It's official now.
Well, we're not telling people, although she let it slip to enough of her cohorts that I'm pretty sure it's like now the inside joke. Well, because here's the thing, we planned that, Jaron planned that trip up here to do this test, and then everybody bails, but she still keeps her ticket booked. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, well, Mark was obviously out there.
Jaron bails on a test, eh? Go figure. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Ringing the bell out.
So that was the way that the introduction was made officially. That's their storyline. That Pat was booked to go up there because Jaron was going to go do some experiment, but because Mark and her had gotten so hot, she didn't cancel her ticket and she came anyway. That's how it got revealed to the whole community that they were lovers. They were seeing each other.
She was probably Mark's handler.
But anyway. So,
when did you guys actually meet? I forget when she came on the scene.
It's only been like 6 weeks ago.
No.
It's only been 6 weeks. So now this Johnathan guy plays the PSYOP against him, where he makes it sound like it's been longer. Listen how hard he tries to implant that thought in people's minds, where Mark's actually admitting the truth. It's only been 6 weeks.
Oh,
6-7 weeks, yeah.
That's impossible.
I know. Doesn't that seem impossible?
No, that's no. You met her back in like March or May or some shit.
No, we didn't. No, she listened to the stuff back then. She sent an email to us because after she had listened, the first time I heard anything was when we did the
Mark and Johnathan were a team.
Okay.
The Doomsday movies.
Wait. My mind that blows my mind more than anything you fucking told me so far. Everything else I accept. It's October. It's the 20th of October.
Yeah.
When did I make that fucking picture of her?
Not that long ago.
What are you saying? There was a time slip?
I don't know.
Is that the picture?
Hold on, bro. You're blowing my skull.
So if I type in flat Earth, right, and I pop up her channel,
okay,
and I go to her videos, all right, that's how whirlwindish thing this thing has gotten. I go to her videos. Her first video was literally, you can look at her timeline. Patricia Steere and Stars Are Souls, 1 month. That was her first video.
Wait, what? A month ago?
A month ago, but it's really about 6 weeks, because YouTube does 1 month and 2 months, but it's between. And I have done.
And she's interviewed how many people in that time?
She's done 20 videos, 20 interviews in that time.
In Pat's first 6 weeks, she did 20 interviews.
Yeah, and she kept calling them videos, and I kept saying to her, they're they're podcasts, right?
Right. It's a hangout.
You're not making videos. And behind the scenes, the implication was, because I actually knew them. I talked to, Nathan, Matrix Decode. The FE movement was totally different back then. But it was just that Mark and Patricia spent a lot of time together, and she was basically short and quick with people, unless you were like praising her or saying all these super fancy nice things about her. But they were never really an item. This is the first time really that it's been talked about. And then they had the fake Sasha thing, and then Patricia moved to England to be with Antonio to get back at Mark, right? It's all been fake the whole entire time. We were saying it years ago.
In 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks.
In fact, I'll give you an example. My first thing that I did with her was number 3.
Somebody called you out on that, by the way.
What?
Like, they said to her, like, there was this part, I was watching that video, like, they're saying, Patricia Steere was a shill and all that crap.
Yeah.
And they bring up a point, like, when you said to her, they're like, you're going to be interviewing everybody in no time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and then you're telling her about...
No, or I think it was Dubé or somebody else, too.
Yeah, but that is a clip that we did get posted a long time ago. I wasn't there when it went down live, but we have shared that. That's been part of the reveal of Pat being a tranny.
About wearing headphones. It's like, wait a minute, she's a radio professional. Like, she did this for years. Like, why are you giving her advice on wearing headsets on a set?
Well, because she was used to boom mics.
Right.
That's and no.
Because she was used to boom mics. Now all of a sudden she doesn't think that she didn't need headphones.
Yeah, it was echoing.
Yeah. So staged.
Nobody in radio used boom mics. They use what she's using now, that blue parrot.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, no, and I told I actually got emails from those people as well that said, that I saw the video that you're talking about.
Yeah.
He called it, and I go, well, no, I didn't. It wasn't a stretch. It's like, look, pretty woman is interviewing, conspiracy people, and that's skewed men. It will not be hard. All she has to do is be articulate and not drop the ball, and she'll be able to interview anyone she wants. And she did. There's literally, she's gotten to pretty much, all the major people except for the people that won't call her back, like Matt. Right. Even though he contacted her before anybody, I think he figured out that he
Matt went on.
Probably
He went on. Yep.
Boozle her. Plus, he's 12 years younger than she is.
Yeah.
I think. So
plus the age difference.
Oh no, maybe that was the conspiracy FE conspiracy channel that Matt came on live. That's right. Not on hers.
Not on hers.
But he might have, but I'm drawing a bit of a fuzzy
gotcha.
Pixely. I don't want to say it for sure.
Yeah, I don't remember him being on Hot Potatoes.
But he was on Lori's show.
Right.
But yeah, she is not. I'm looking at her channel right now. There's.
Hold on, I gotta go look.
Look.
This is crazy. Hold on.
I know. And here we are, 6 weeks later, and she spent the weekend here. And if she's an agent, man, she's the finest agent.
So
isn't that he goes on to justify it more. He actually tries to sell this as a legit. This guy is living in a fairy tale world where he thinks he's in some sort of spy thriller.
Well, that's the script.
Yeah. You'll hear the confirmation of that coming up.
You're saying the chemistry was good. You guys made a love connection.
Yeah. We talked.
Did you take my advice? You shagged her rotten, or did she shag you rotten?
We had a very nice time.
What does that mean? Nice time is like Scrabble.
That really flustered him, didn't it?
Yeah. Johnathan was slipping, right? That's why he got put away.
Yeah, well, yeah. Mark keeps getting embarrassed. He can't handle the dirty talk from Johnathan.
And wine and brie cheese. That's a nice time.
All right, let's put it this way: the elegance follows her everywhere, including she is not a what's the word I'm looking for?
Slut?
No, she's not. She is very, very refined. Very.
Does she keep her pinky up when she's stroking your cock like a cup of tea?
Oh God, she might as well actually.
Just a spoon.
Oh, he's not handling this well.
Full of sugar makes the jism go down.
Oh my god, that's great stuff. And if we said that on air, we'd probably be crucified. But no, it's just super. Again, elegance. The word just keeps coming to mind. I mean,
If we said that on air, we would probably be crucified. So they're recording this off air so that at some point this can be played and they can be crucified, which we're doing right now. But that means that Mark's out. He's gone. Sayonara.
it's just hard to describe it. Yeah. Every aspect of her.
Could she be a dominatrix like we were teasing?
No, she couldn't.
No?
So, like, pause
we
it.
kind of joked.
We were way off, huh?
So she can't be a dominatrix because it's actually a man. When they show the picture of her standing in her store, girl is a gun, and she's got the gun like the way that she's holding the bag. I'm pretty sure it shows the picture in this video, but the inside scoop is that it's a tranny, and yet nobody else knows. Like, that was the part of this story that wasn't supposed to get out. Right? So when Johnathan says, did you shag her or did she shag you, there's a hidden connotation there that Johnathan knows it's a dude. So I just want to really point that out.
There's a lot of that in here, but that's a good one. What if you hear more? There's many confirmations of all. They said it long time ago.
Well, not because she doesn't exude that somehow. I mean, she's got dark features and
Right.
and she wears all black. I mean, my God.
Oh, wait. When did she come out about the wig? Did she tell you that over Skype or when she saw you?
Wig.
Has anybody ever thought that her hair was real?
Thought it was wigs because she changed the style too much.
Yeah. It's all wigs.
Wigby Island.
Well, and how many wigs do you think Pat had? I have a feeling
Hundreds.
that, yeah. No, that's really weird and creepy.
With the blonde wig.
When she saw me.
Yeah?
When she saw me.
What'd she say?
I go, well, heck, you make an impression, you know, and she goes, it was better than that. She goes, Johnathan wanted me to just mess with you.
What, did you tell her that story about the blonde wig?
Only later.
After I told her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Only later did I say. She goes, what's the blonde wig got to do with anything? I go, well, I was told that my life may be endangered by a blonde wig. I go, but, you know, that was an ex-girlfriend that happened to be a witch.
Right.
That happened to be, you know, all this other stuff.
I told her,
Happened to be a witch, so he knows about witches.
all I said is get a blonde wig. It's Halloween. I said, I love, you know, he likes your red hair. He really admires, like, thinks you're attractive. But I said, I think it'd be funny or something like along those lines. I said, trust me, I don't want to give it away now. But if you do it, he'll explain.
Wow.
That would have freaked you out, right?
That would have freaked me out. Seriously, I would have looked at him and been like, oh God, here we go again. You know, it's going to be basic instinct.
Well, I got no way to hang with you in
Pause
pro
it.
time.
Pause it. So the whole joke is in the superhero video movies.
Yeah.
The serial killer CIA agent woman is always wearing a blonde wig and big sunglasses.
Right.
If anyone doesn't get the hidden connotation to this section, Johnathan's outing her as a agent.
Oh, there's a lot of that. Where they speak real clearly of it coming up.
Get around with you because I'm over the air. I gotta have people do it for me by proxy and play pranks on you.
That would have been brilliant, though. I would have totally, I would have totally fallen for it too. God damn it. But yeah, no, she's absolutely all the video stuff does not do her justice.
How tall is she? 5'4"?
5'7".
Oh, 5'7". Wow.
Maybe a $105, maybe.
Yeah, she looks like. I mean, I've seen lots of models in L.A. and Miami and all that shit, so I'm used to that. But she.
Yeah, you're used to it.
Lots of trannies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he meant there.
That's what he meant there.
She's got that certain look that, but it's old school.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it's not the new.
It's classy.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
refined.
It's hard boiled, is what it is.
Huh.
I mean, it's that 40s, where the
Now she's 40s.
No, he's going to an era. He's like ballroom and
Okay, I got you. The
yeah.
swinging 40s or whatever.
Yeah.
The client walks in, the sexy woman client in the full blown outfit and the big hat. It's like, she had legs that would have gone all the way. Kept on going if the floor hadn't stopped them. That's
Yeah, most trannies have
kind of
long
like that
legs.
Guy Noir stuff.
Kind of like the Guy Noir stuff, he says. The black guy stuff. Just rewind that a clip.
From Prairie Home Companion.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that.
Blown outfit and the big hat. You know, it's like
Right.
she had legs that would have gone all the way. You know, kept on going if the floor hadn't stopped them. You know, that sort of shit.
It's kind of like that Guy Noir stuff from Prairie Home Companion.
Yeah.
She comes sashaying into the office and.
Yeah, exactly. I had 7 slugs in me. 1 was lead and the other 6 were bourbon.
You just said it's like that black guy situation. Like, he just said that out loud.
That goes over my head, actually.
But yeah,
They're
that's
probably
pretty
talking
much
about
it.
it's slung. Right?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I was just dazed for the last 3 or 4 days and finally got her out of here this morning. But unfortunately, she's got a back problem. And we went up to the hospital briefly, and they gave her a shot and
Get
muscle.
out, really? That bad?
Yeah, she's got a disc thing in the lower part of her back that she's had for a while, and she was thinking of getting it taken care of, and so they gave her a muscle relaxer, and that was it. Yesterday, she was just pretty much in bed, just conked out all day.
Well, that's what you want.
Exactly.
Exactly. This is so set up. Supposedly, they've known each other for 6 weeks, and then Pat decides to go up there, and they're already at the hospital while she's visiting them. And now she's in a like drugged up state, and Mark's supposed to take advantage of that.
Took pictures of her, put a clown nose on, and put her in all these weird poses.
That's
Send
gross,
photos,
man.
What the fuck?
That's what Mark would do.
That's so rapey. So gross.
No, she was really cool though. I mean, we got along extremely well, and I asked.
Just did a line there.
He did, huh?
Yeah, like I said to you, man, when he did his bathrobe video, he looked like a total, drinking, partying type.
I'm just responding to bling bling.
Yeah. He might not have done a line, but when people make that noise, I don't know. And he has to point it out.
Yeah, so this Pat's gone, right? This is about Mark.
It's about Mark.
Nope.
Really just a lot of Q&A. We were just asking a lot of questions of each other, but she was bold enough to come up here. It's like amazing. It's like, really, you're going to come up here and hang out? You have no idea what I am.
Huh. Now you got a smartphone, right, or something?
Yeah.
Like when she unzipped your fly, like, did you play the Godzilla sound? With him screaming when it unrolled?
Is that funny?
No.
Nice, dude. Seriously, she's.
Or did it come out and smack her in the face like one of those party things? It goes. Brrr!
Somebody put those graphics into this video, man.
I think it's Johnathan's video, right? He's acting as the narrator.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is his. He was. I think his channel is this one. This Perceptions Talk Radio.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
He's got no content on it, but he was in the chat on Stargods.
Okay.
You are so bad. So bad.
You never did that to a girl?
No,
I'm sorry.
Done that to a girl. And with her, honestly, you don't ever, I mean, yeah, she's so composed at all times.
You didn't pull a frightened turtle.
No.
Okay.
No. No. What?
No, I'm just being a jerk.
You're nice. No. I mean, she's.
This is what middle school humor.
It's
Junior
bad.
high?
It's bad.
Very intimidating, though. I'll give you that. I mean, yeah, the dominatrix thing. Yeah, I don't think she's got the upper body strength to pull any of that stuff. She's just freaking rail.
Because vegans can't eat,
Just
right?
has to, like, crack a whip
Or
and back herself
trannies.
up on her peg.
That's another a tranny trait. Is super malnutritioned. Super.
Yeah.
Because they want to look frail,
Yes.
like a woman.
Real soft and frail, and Mark liked that. He was all about how tiny Pat was. That just really lit him up.
What the fuck? No upper body strength required. That's what you have harnesses and hooks on the ceiling for.
You're so terrible.
Oh man, don't get me started. This is why Melissa doesn't let me go to LA. You remember Frank the Tank in Old School?
Yes.
I turned into Johnny Cool. And she looks at me, she puts me.
He turns into Johnny Cool. All right, he made this. Here comes Johnny Cool.
She's like, there's no more Johnny Cool. just to keep me hypnotized. I'm like the Hulk. It's like I took some kind of serum to keep my Hulk under control.
Wow.
Don't let Johnny Cool out.
It's on the channel, right? You understand what I'm saying? That we aren't even to the point where YouTube has transferred it over to 2 months yet. In fact, hang on. I can find out the exact date, right? So, Stars Are Souls 1, the first video was posted on August 23rd. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so we're almost at the 2 month mark. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's done all this damage in 2 months.
How is this possible?
She's done all this damage in 2 months. She's done all this damage in 2 months. How are we supposed to take that?
Well,
how is anybody with a functioning brain supposed to take that? One more time, everybody, and we'll move on.
August 23rd. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so we're almost at the 2 month mark. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's done all this damage in 2 months.
How is this possible?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I've only been doing it 8 months. Technically, 8 months you'd think would, but it seems so much longer now. So where will it be in the next 2? I don't know.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah, but
So wait, where would she move up that way? Where would she have some more activity? Like how close?
Oh, Seattle. I mean, just right across the ferry.
Oh, how close is Seattle?
Oh, it's really close. But you have to take the ferry to get here. From there. So you have to take a 30-minute ferry ride, and then.
Well, see, I wanted to come out and visit, but now it's anticlimactic. What the fuck am I going to do to top that?
I don't know if you'd have nearly as much fun because I was just kind of showing her everything around the island. It's not that exciting. Not for a guy.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
oh, by the way, did your mom and your sister like her?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, she's very, very personable.
Yeah.
No question. I mean, it's not like she comes across as really
snobbish.
Yeah, no, snobbish or anything like that. She's just real personable. And since she came from radio, she can talk up a freaking storm.
Yeah.
So I got introduced to her mom, my sister, my brother-in-law. Went to the restaurant that I cooked at. My sister's work. Went to the top of the island. Went to the north of the island. No, we're all over the place, just showing her everything. And now she's sending me things like, okay, I need this many square feet, and I need this.
She needs this many square feet. Is it? Hello? She's telling Mark how many square feet she needs? Come on, everybody.
Showing her everything, and now she's sending me things like, okay, I need this many square feet, and I need this, and I need that. I was like, oh, God, help. So, yeah, I almost guarantee she's leaving Houston as soon as she can, but we'll see. Best laid plans and all.
Never made it up to Seattle, but for a trip or something. She stuck it out in Houston.
I want to see what she was about. She still goes against every statistical possibility that there is. You know this.
Wait. All right, wait. Back up, man. I thought it was all dating and hand-holding and bullshit.
No.
So, yeah. They're trying to make it like this was a love interest, that she's moving to see him. But now Mark's going to take it to his YouTube analytics. He's looking at this statistically.
No, I really wanted to see what she was like. Introduced her to different people, asked her a whole bunch of questions. We talked
for consistency. You wanted to see if the story kept adding up, like to the same story.
Yeah, I wanted to see where she was. I let her talk, let her run with it, and everything seems to have checked out. I mean, yeah, there's some missing times, and she doesn't want to make her own resume. I'm helping her with that, but
everything checked out. There's some missing times, and she doesn't have a resume. He's making that for her. This is somebody that he just met a couple months ago that he thinks might be an agent.
Again, if she's
wait, what do you mean you're helping her with that? Why wouldn't she want to make her own resume?
I don't think she's ever made one.
Oh, but she only knows. I mean, she's the only one who knows her past.
She is the only one who knows her past. But it is interesting that she doesn't have literally. I don't think she's ever physically made a resume, ever in her life.
She's always worked for herself or for her family. You mean?
Yeah,
and with her brother and shit. That was his
pause.
Story.
It's her story.
There it is, right there. If you can't see the symbolism right there. The finger over the mouth is a synonymous tranny symbol of shh, don't tell them the secret. And the secret is that the girl is a gun or has a gun, right? And you can see the way she's holding it.
Oh yeah.
Probably photoshopped.
I don't know. There's a number of pictures similar to this. And then there's the reference to the brother who checked out to be a super Satanist, like off the top Satanist, hardcore.
Yeah, even the comments on his website were like, "That guy's a douche" or whatever, like the worst.
Absolutely.
So it's it's interesting, but other than that, it's just strange. I mean, it's very, very interesting person. I mean, so many common things with me, but yet she's took such a different path. So, but yeah, the point is, yeah, if she is a spy, I told her up front. I said, you know what, I don't care. I just don't, because it's not going to change what I do. Like, you could try.
He tells Pat this: if you're a spy, I don't care. You can't change me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But listen, you'll see that Mark really sees himself as the controller of this whole thing. That if she steps out of line, doesn't matter. He's the controller.
Try to divert me, in any way that you think you might be able to do it, but sooner or later, we'll come to a crossroads. And but until then, we're just gonna play it by ear.
Man.
But
yeah.
But I know you've got your thoughts, but
Well, I'm torn because I believe in true love, and I know how I met Melissa, and truth is stranger than fiction, and that's a fact. I mean, I know how things work out.
Yeah.
And right now everything's accelerating, so she would be the most perfect girl for you on the one hand.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, considering we've only known each other 8 weeks.
That's the part that still boggles my mind. I said that to Melissa. I was like, do you believe she's only been around 8 weeks? She goes, no way. It seems longer than that. I said, I know, right?
Seems a lot longer.
And I'm thinking the only thing I can glean from this is that, if I was going to have any skepticism, it's that when that chick said she was from True TV or whatever the fuck, interviewing us and talking to us and I'm thinking, Rebecca. And at that time, they're already tracking the messages and everything else. So they knew you were single. They knew, you were already talking oh, she's not bad looking. Like you said shit like that about Rebecca.
Yeah.
So they kind of had to figure it out. Okay, we could play this guy this way.
Well, that would be the play. Again, you and I've talked about this. That would be how you play me. You come in with a woman.
Last thing I want is a woman. You know what I want? Apple pie, and I want sleep. I want my bills paid. You come to me with a fat paycheck, I'm selling out to the New World Order.
Last thing he wants is a woman.
You know how much that sounded like, what's his name? Max Malone. Almost identical. Wow.
Let's listen to that again. He really sells his soul out here.
You and I've talked about this. That would be how you play me. You come in with a woman.
Last thing I want is a woman. You know what I want? Apple pie, and I want sleep. And I want my bills paid. You come to me with a fat paycheck, I'm selling out to the New World Order.
Thanks, man.
I'm just saying.
I know.
Like I said to Sean the other night on air. I said, look, if they came after me and they wanted your address, I would sell you out quicker than Judas did Jesus for half the silver.
That's his rehearsed line right there, everybody.
Half the shekels.
Yeah, I'd sell you out quicker than Judas did Jesus for half the shekels.
I mean, they wanted your address, I would sell you out quicker than Judas did Jesus for half the silver. And I said, and he says, thanks, man. I said, well, you're no Jesus Christ, so I don't have to worry. I said, I wouldn't lose any sleep if you were dead. I said, in fact, when that cock crows 3 times, yeah. I said, I would just say, oh, Sean's dead.
You're so terrible. He's
not Jesus.
I know.
Anyway,
so yeah, again, this is the move I would make if I was them. I mean, it's so perfect that even your mouth breathing troglodytes would look at this script and go, "Come on, you're filling in a major plot hole here." And I told her that. I said,
He told Pat that she's filling in a major plot hole.
Even she said at one point, she goes, "It feels staged, doesn't it?" And I go, "Yes."
That's the crisis actor line. It didn't even feel real. It felt like a movie, right?
And Mark's response was, "Yes."
It does. So, but I told her, I go, "I don't care. If anything goes, I get along with her famously. Fantastic. Think she's, the cat's whiskers. But You know, if she's dumb enough to ask me to change directions, then she'll have to deal with that then.
What do you mean?
So Pat's not allowed to change Mark's directions at all. He lays down the script.
Change directions. How could you?
Well, that's just it. I don't know. What would yeah, it's a good move to put her in play, but what exactly is she going to do? If they want to kill me, they could have killed me.
What's Pat going to do? Then he takes it to, if they're going to kill me, because he's playing like she's an agent that's come in to take him out.
They don't need her to do it. So, do they ask? Did they say what is she the voice in my ear that says don't do this interview or say it this way or don't say it this way? I doubt it. Maybe she's insurance. Maybe she's like 12 Monkeys, where the lady in the plane at the end after Bruce Willis dies.
So do you know he's reading out Jonathan's position to Johnathan right now.
Yeah, and they have a certain group of movies that they reference from. It's a set script that they constantly reference. They're going to talk about the movies that Pat's familiar with and how they use movie references. So do you know this 12 Monkeys?
Yeah, it's like a time traveling movie with Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt. It's not that good.
All right. Well, let's see how he uses 12 Monkeys to try to tie this all together.
Remember the end of
I remember how that ended.
Yeah.
How was she insurance?
I don't know.
No. How was that woman in the plane insurance at the end of the movie? She didn't carry the virus forward.
No, she didn't have to though. At that point, she knew exactly how things were going to go. She could have crashed the plane she wanted, but it didn't really matter.
Oh, that's a good point. You're saying that because he failed, maybe she went back in time and stopped the whole
exactly. Now, once she was there to figure out exactly how it went down.
Oh, that's right, because he had forwarded enough information as to what was happening in the future.
Exactly. And once Bruce Willis died in the air.
Oh man, I didn't even catch that. Good fucking catch.
Really? You're usually smarter than I am at this stuff. She was the one that's enough to where she planted herself in the seat, and then she could watch the whole thing and then go back and know exactly what to do with this guy. All we really needed to do was find out who it was.
That's a very good point. Fuck me, man. How did I miss that?
I don't know.
I was thinking on another parallel altogether. Shit.
Really?
Yeah, because she says I'm in real estate or something. She didn't say
insurance.
Insurance, yeah.
Insurance.
And insurance would be like life insurance, like to ensure that everybody lives. Like
Yeah, she was the backup plan the entire time. She was just there to make sure that because they figured out who he was going after, but and she made sure she had enough advanced knowledge. She booked herself on that flight right next to him.
Or how would she?
Yeah, exactly. She knew, but then again, she may have showed up in the airport. After you don't know exactly when she was inserted, but yeah, I thought it was very clever at the end. But everyone was distracted because everyone was it's like, oh, Bruce Willis dies, and then he lives again in the eyes of the child. And it's a loop, and it's like, no, not this time.
You actually got one over on me.
Well, thank you.
God damn.
But I still haven't figured out Patricia. So
are you torn over that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, part of me, and I'll be as honest with you as I can here. Well, you know what I mean.
Because your loyalties lie partially to her. Now, go ahead.
Well, no.
He'll be as honest as he can.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'll be as open as I can because I don't usually like telling guys, my feelings because I haven't dated in a while. And so, for various reasons, and most of the times because they're in my age group, they're married, divorced, or divorced twice with kids. Blah, blah, blah. Right. So running into someone like her who isn't married, never had kids, super high feminine,
right,
aged extremely well,
super high feminine, aged extremely well. Not a wrinkle on this. What needs to be 58-year-old based on the birth certificates that were shown. It's over 56. It was 56 a couple years ago.
I think she has like 2 freckles on her entire body.
Where? No, just kidding.
It's one
and one between her toes. Now go ahead.
I looked. I was like, I was going.
You know what got bleeped out? You know what got bleeped out, right?
Yeah. I know.
What am I missing here? It's like, oh my god, there's no freckles. How is that freaking possible? She's like a freaking robot, is what she is. But anyway,
wouldn't that be the?
So then, this is part of a PSYOP that Teresa Gordon. Her part was to.
Yeah, Patricia was a clone.
Patricia was a clone or an android or something.
Kicker though. She was like sent from the future, and she was like really like an android or an alien hybrid.
Oh, I'm ready for just about anything at this point because I'm staring at her, across the table and going.
She shows up here, I'm killing her on the spot. As soon as I open the door, it's like ask questions later kind of thing.
Well, yeah, because she'd probably have to ask your name first. John Gunner. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, no, there'd be no. I would recognize and like dead.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be like, oh, Patricia came out to visit New Jersey. Come on in, I'll put on a cup of tea. Hold on a second, I'm not properly dressed. And as I shut the door, about 2 seconds later, shotgun holes come through the fucking sheet metal. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I am torn because, but the saying is, and you know this better than anybody. It's like, look, it sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically speaking, there is nobody, and I don't care what conspiracy you're talking about.
She looks the type, by the way. You hit her in the head with a crowbar, and her head just kind of like tilts sideways and comes straight back up. Anyway, go ahead.
Right. She's so tiny. On top of it, you're thinking, I'm thinking, yeah, there's no, I tested her with some heavy doors and stuff like that just to see if,
Yeah, but did you try to drop a safe on her or something? And watch her have like fucking superhuman strength.
Dude,
that's when she fucking looks at you with that stern leg, goes, "Okay, Mark, you know what I am."
Do the Will Smith Charlize Theron thing where it's like hits her with a frying, or he's getting ready to whack her and stuff. But yeah, so I look at it because honestly, it's not just the flat Earth thing. I mean, the flat Earth is so specific, but the whole conspiracy world, there's not a lot of lookers in the conspiracy world. There just aren't anywhere. It's it's really guy heavy, and it's this thing just kind of really throws me because and then that thing that you pointed out, and you're suspicious, that little thing she wrote on her exactly, which
who writes that? I've never seen that ever in a person. I'm looking for a man who's into the flat Earth. I'm looking for a man who's into
I'm looking for a man who's into flat Earth. That was Pat's opening line.
Flat-chested women, but I've never seen flat Earth.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and as funny as that is, it's the second part isn't funny, and you're absolutely right. It's so dead on, and we talked about that. That was where we spent actually the first 24 hours was talking about this, saying, okay, look, you got to understand your backstory is really suspicious.
Creepy is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where this is coming from, but there's a lot of things in there. Yeah, that thing, and she goes.
Marco was saying that her background's really suspicious. Johnathan thinks it's creepy.
Well, she goes, I wrote it, before I contacted you. I go, yeah, but you wrote it after the clues started.
Yeah, that doesn't when did we actually do, when did we do the show with the movies? That was earlier in the year, so she had already listened to the show.
Yeah, she already listened to it. So I said, look, everything you write, everything you say, that's perfectly fine, but you did it after the clues started, which means...
So he's reprimanding her for doing something out of sequence and making it look bad.
You knew who I was. And you can say that you didn't.
Right.
And that you changed, you added a few things. But I mean, that little chunk of text was tailor-made for me, and
tailor-made text. Okay.
She contacted that wrote us that letter saying, oh yeah, and that's that other thing, the movies thing. There's something that bugs me about it, and that is, she supposedly owns, and she showed me the DVDs. She owns freaking every movie we had on that list, right?
So these guys have a list, and she owns every single movie that's on the list.
Both of our lists. But there's a lot of movies she hasn't seen. You and I, we're both movie guys. So I throw out movie references all the time, and she misses about half of them. I mean, I'm going, look, in order to have the lists of movies that you and I had, you have to go through a lot of other media. It's not like we just, stumble across those. And it's like we have to go through tons and tons of media stuff that doesn't make the list in order to come up with our top 25.
Right, absolutely.
And it appears, from what I'm gathering, is that there's a lot of stuff she hasn't watched. So it's like, okay, was she conjured? As far as the robot training goes, did they just give her a bunch of DVDs?
Hold that thought. I just got to pee real quick.Hold on.
Oh, okay,
this is interesting.
Okay.
A few moments later.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. So there was a lot of movies she hadn't seen. I'll throw one more out at you. So, like, one of the movies on our list, it was on both our lists, was The Matrix, obviously, right? The first.
Okay. How can you say she never saw that?
No, she did see The Matrix, right?
Okay.
However, she's never seen the second and the third one. I'm going, what are you talking about? That's the whole point of and the weird thing is she showed me the DVD. She owns them. She's just never actually thrown them in and played them, to the point where she actually mentioned it up here when we were, had this lull in the action. It's like, oh, maybe we should watch a movie. It's like, oh, maybe we could watch The Matrix 2, since we brought up, and she had...
She came up to see him after knowing each other 6-8 weeks, and they went to the hospital, and like she showed him her videos. So I guess that's what was in the black suitcase. She bought her video collection, but she had never watched Matrix 2, so they sat down and watched it in a break in the action. Wow.
Some little dream that was sort of reminiscent of it. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. Nobody sees just the first Matrix. Nobody, especially if you're into all the other movies. I mean, you...
And the flat Earth and everything.
Yeah, you'd never stop. What, you're just not going to watch the second one? Not even going to start the second one? It didn't...
Unless you're an assignment and she just had to, like, do a quick
That's
refund.
what, again, that's exactly what I thought. It's like, okay, so she has to do a crash course. So you grab her out wherever, whatever desk, whatever.
You know what that's like? That's like me infiltrating a Pokemon conference or some shit. And I got to learn some of the major, playing cards and shit like that, the game itself, and then fake everything else just so I can get to somebody who's really like her in the group.
And she's been, like you and I have said, she's been interviewing everybody, and anyone that's profiling everybody, saddling up to somebody that she thinks might be the front runner, but was in contact with everybody else. She was in contact briefly with Eric, contact with Matt, and so yeah. I mean, but that's why I let her know up front. I said, look, just so you know, if you're the greatest spy in the world, because somebody has to be, right? In the real world, nobody knows who James Bond is. If she could be a top-notch female spy. I don't care. I just do.
He doesn't care if she's the top spy. He doesn't care.
Don't, because either way, if they don't send her, they're going to send somebody else. So they're going to figure out some other way. It's like, all right, I'll take the pretty one.
And you never asked Chris about Operation Honeypot.
No, I haven't yet. I probably should, though, shouldn't I?
At this point,
wouldn't you think he'd reach out to me, say? Because the rumors, people already know that. There's several people that know she was up here. But yeah, it just feels it's got this weird air. I mean, yeah, her backstory is perfect if you look at it. You can give her the benefit of the doubt, which I try to. But there's other things that don't make freaking sense, like the movie stuff. Nobody owned the statistical impossible.
I don't even own all those.
I told her that. I go, look, you're talking. I go, Johnathan and I, we were both two different guys, and we had to come up with those lists. And you're telling me you came up with everything on both those lists, and you're
that's absolutely impossible.
And you're a glamour chick on top of that. Let's see, what was one of her lifelong goals? To be a spy.
Oh, her lifelong goal was to be the spy. Oh, this whole spy part of this story is just. That's where they went over the top, and it just didn't work at all.
She actually said that out loud. I was going, don't ever say that on air. Are you insane?
Don't ever say that on air.
Who has a clothing shop called The Girl Is a Gun?
The Girl
Is a Gun. That was the name of the shop?
Girl Has a Gun. Whoop.
He pointed it out. He knew long before it started getting talked about.
So yeah, there's a little suspicion there.
And yeah, she says she doesn't own a gun.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, no, her dad has apparently owned a gun, and she wanted to shoot when she was up here, but we didn't get a chance.
Hospital, Matrix 2, and shooting guns. First date.
Do you want me to teach her how to shoot? I'm going, okay, there's your hunting accident right there. Shooting targets. Oops, blam. Jeez, Mark, is that in your head? Blam. Oh, another shot? That's horrible.
Well, when somebody commits suicide, they always shoot themselves.
Exactly. Yeah, behind the left behind the left temple. Yeah. So that's what I'm dealing with. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so
what are you going to do then? So
just keep your freaking radar open on this, because again, I also she's playing it really close to to the. There's no even the motivation. It's like, I was leaving Houston anyway. And I was thinking of moving either to Boulder or California or the Northwest. Oh, well, Boulder, that's a coincidence. And then that changes. She apparently had a friend out there. It's like, I was going to be in Boulder, and then I came up here. Well, now I'm thinking of moving up there. So,
what?
You know what I mean?
So she was just going to go to Boulder, just coincidentally once again.
And then I
moved
moved from Boulder, and now she doesn't want to go to Boulder anymore. Now she wants to go to either Northern California or Seattle.
And where in Northern California?
Where she apparently worked at a radio station that she has no tapes for, and there's no record, and the stations are closed.
Wow.
Everybody, this is a dead end, right?
He's saying that there is no evidence for it whatsoever. And he knew that.
Oh.
He already checked that all out.
There is no proof. There's no physical proof that she was ever in. There's no pictures of her in a radio station. You'd think someone would have taken a snapshot, right? There's like this weird gap that once she got out of high school, she didn't go to college. And her sister went through law enforcement training, but didn't become a police officer. So maybe they both had it in them. Only she had a certain look that they said, how the agency works is, be like, are you kidding?
This guy, how the agency works, like
says stuff like that.
He's so off in a sci-fi script, or like he's in a novel. It's
you could turn into a spy. We could use you in all sorts of fun things.
What do you mean? Wait. Say that again. Her sister was in law enforcement.
Her sister was trained for law enforcement, but apparently, once she finished it, graduated in the whole 9 yards, then got married to some schmo and decided not to be a cop.
Wow.
But she had other aspirations. And which, again, if you remember the movie with Brad Pitt and Robert Redford, Spy Game? And, some of those lines Robert Redford said were straight out of the book, which is, if you don't tell lies if you can help it. You just kind of bend your own truths to suit the situation. That way it's easy to remember. And, you could...
You bend the truth. What does that make it?
Bend the truth to make it work. Yeah, but he says that you can remember it better that way. Because if you just make something up all harebrained crazy, you might not remember it down the road. So you just twist the truth a little bit. This is what they taught him in the handbook, right?
And you can use it. That way there's no inconsistencies later. So if she says that, one of my lifelong goals was to be a spy, not a lie. So did you get any thought as far as if this is a move against me, what they're hoping to do? Maybe distract me, like, okay, maybe create a romance and make it distracting enough that I spend less time doing it. But if you're going to do that, why not just give me someone that's not into the flat earth? Just pick anybody.
Just give me somebody. Like, he's talking about a group that he's working for, and they've selected his partner to work with. That's what he's talking about right now.
Have him run into me at a grocery store or something, or in Boulder, anything. Or does it take a while to create an op like this? You got to get somebody up to speed. You don't have to make him into flat earth. Just make him a general conspiracy person.
I told you, though, but out of all the fucking people, she was just coming on the scene and doing her own thing.
Yeah.
Right? It would have been you pursuing her or anybody else for that matter, and you're the target. For the fact that she went after you and singled you out specifically, once you give her the nod, it's like everybody else has to accept her whether they like her or not.
That's what happened.
Some guy's girlfriend, he's in the band, and you have to put up with the...
Why does, when Mark gives somebody the nod, everybody else has to put up with her or not?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Why? Why does he have to give her the nod?
She fucking leaves until he breaks up.
Got it.
There's nothing you can do about it. And that's how it is now on your side of the camp of the flat earth. I know for a fact several people that hate her.
But there's a lot of people that like her.
So... Who? People that don't, the fans, of course.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. What do they care? You see what those people pay? Nothing. They pay nothing and they want everything. So to them, it's just part of the show. Oh, look, Mark and Patricia. No. She's always been cordial to me, but...
Part of the show, he's saying that flat earthers don't pay for anything either. Like, we're just stealing their production. They're providing the entertainment, but we're not paying for it. You see the position that these guys are coming from?
I know.
I just know what I know. And I know other things that when I tell you, you're like, what? I can't tell you about it.
Well, if I have to shoot her, then...
No, you don't have to shoot her. That's not the issue.
I'm just saying, I got a lot of ammo that's not really doing anything. They're
going to give you a...
He's got a lot of ammo that's not really doing anything. Was that a sexual innuendo?
Script, and they're going to offer you a lot of money. And all I can say is I got some bills to pay, and I've been your friend throughout all this. So
listen to this coming up. Go ahead, brother.
No, sorry, go ahead.
This is where he begs for his money, but he comes in serious too. Listen.
They're going to give you a script, and they're going to offer you a lot of money. And all I can say is I got some bills to pay, and I've been your friend throughout all this. So you give me $100,000, and I'll be happy, and I'll give you my blessing. That's all I need to help me out of some problems. I'm being dead serious with you. Not the people recording this. I'm talking to Mark. From you guys, I want something bigger. And for that, I'll give you fucking ideas and make AJ look like Mr. Rogers.
Nice. That's good. Well, okay. And I don't want to talk about this too much, but...
You hear that insider talk there?
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the reason why this video has been published by this guy.
Sounds like something Max Malone would say.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably didn't get his 100,000, and here it is. Here you go. I'll release this.
because I got to work out in a second. Would the script change what I am? Do you think? Well, I mean, you know, you've heard my agenda, you've heard my song and dance at this point.
You've heard my agenda, you've heard my song and dance
many times. You know,
I told you about was the foremost researcher of crop circles, right? So he was already doing excellent work, and he was already top of his game. But they came to him at that point.
As you're saying that, the crop circle pops up on my screensaver. Yeah, the kill one, the giant one.
Yeah, and he said to my friend, he says, I got to be honest with you. And he pulls us aside. He says, I'm compromised. He says, they gave me a script, and they're making me the leader of this shit.
I'm compromised. They're making me the leader of this shit. This is a guy that's running the crop circle scene. And you know, Johnathan knows about this, and now he's giving Mark the heads up on how this all works, right?
He says not. He goes, once you get in at a certain level, he says you become just like Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's, you know, it's just like Bill Nye. You become the go-to guy, the authoritative word. A glass of water that's 100% pure with 1 drop of mercury in it is, by volume, 99.99% pure, but by glass, 100% polluted. Same with AJ. I can't stress this.
Why not just make me a martyr?
Why?
Well, because you could. I mean, there's other people that you could turn into. Oh, maybe Matt wasn't.
Why not make me a martyr? He wants to be martyred out of the scene.
Turnable, Matt.
No, but too many. What? And then too many people are going to look at it and say, "Well, he was onto something." So there has to be total truth in this. I mean, they'll spin it in.
So he's worried about giving away the truth because he knows that the AE mapping model doesn't work, but he's worried about the real truth slipping out about flat Earth. It did.
And then too many people are going to look at it and say, well, he was onto something, so there has to be total truth in this. I mean, they'll spin it in a way. Well, it's not going to go away like the health nut news, the people that are dying off.
Look, I've already said, if it's for the greater good, if this can save a chunk of the planet, chunk of the population of the civilization.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whatever it is, I've always said, I put out in a video 8 years ago. That was a message to them saying, look, the greater good. I totally understand it, but I don't know why the big production up until.
If in a simulation, right? If in a video,
you hear this?
Oh, I know.
Game simulation, the NPCs they get some kind of consciousness. It's like when Tron went down and they said, wait a minute, he's a user. He's not a program.
Yeah.
Right. He changes. He caused the revolution towards the MPC.
Yes.
Or the
MCP, Master Control Program.
Right. He staged that rebellion. You're in essence, you're setting up the staging of a rebellion the world over, whether you know it or not. I already know what my destiny is.
I know I'm not supposed to.
Those aren't the people you need to worry about.
The people I need to worry about, I'll never see coming.
What I'm saying is the people you have to worry about are the ones that are up in the next echelon, the ones that cross over into the spiritual realm and beyond. When you start going and stepping on their toes, now you got fucking problems. Trust me on this.
Right. I would imagine I'm probably still in pretty good standing with those guys. I mean, it's if
I'm just saying.
With the Luciferians, I'm in good standings with them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Flat Earth. Look, the Earth itself is a container, and it's a training ground, and it's the basis for the simulation.
Yeah. It's the basis for the simulation. Do you hear this, people? They know. They've known all along. Mark's clues that he put out were all based on this world being a simulation. But as soon as he got into a leadership position, that was it. No more of that. Only AE map a model. These guys know. They know. And that is the truth that they are guarding. That is the...
Whether it's a spiritual growing, a place where we spiritually evolve, or it's a matrix, and you believe in archons and the soul entrapment and all that, the thing that they don't want is people waking up and thinking. They don't want that.
Okay.
They'll lose control at every level.
All right.
And that's what this whole flat Earth argument does. I mean,
So he knew in advance. He was worried about, like what you and I could do, brother, like coming in and just proclaiming truth and standing in their face, saying no, that Freemason PSYOP is wrong, that it could break their system.
I hate to even entertain it because the status quo, I hate to say, I mean, some of these people are necessary evils. The fast food guy, he's just making a buck, or he's doing whatever. The garbage man serves a purpose. The plumber serves a purpose. Not everybody can be Bill Gates. Not everybody's going to do a TED Talk. Not everybody wants to be or can be Elon Musk. You see what I'm saying? Like, Elon Musk will not put my grandmother's air conditioning unit in, but my dad will at 70 years old. Everybody has a necessary purpose and function, but they don't serve it necessarily because they're busy serving somebody else's agenda and bottom line. You came in and you fucked up the whole narrative. You fucked up everything.
Well, I think that might be a bit harsh.
If it wasn't ready to be released yet, if it was premature to the whole plan, I mean, if they have other plans, remember, that's the other problem they face. They try to create fail-safes and shit, and they try to base everything off numerology and every tool that they have to take out all statistic probabilities and make the possibilities as narrow choice as possible.
We're getting the insider scoop here, everybody.
Right, and because it's about streamlining it. When you're messing with nature, you're messing with bigger variables, and there's costs, there's penalties.
Well, of course,
there's major costs.
Yes, there will be blowback, no question. You've already warned me about this.
You've seen this with nuclear energy, right? It could be a beautiful thing. It could serve mankind. It could serve the government. It could serve everybody. But if it's let loose out of control and it's not regulated properly, it becomes Fukushima or Chernobyl.
PSYOP.
I'm saying you've upset. It's like you need the speech from Network. You have upset, and you will atone.
Thanks, man. I totally hear you. You're coming in loud and clear.
If I was in any of those secret groups, fuck you and your little ranks and shit. No, you use me for what I am. I'm a change agent. I don't need fans.
What is he?
Change agent.
Change agent, and he's telling this to Mark, and he's giving Mark the lowdown.
Fanfare. I don't need to be high profile. I need to do what's going to serve the final greater good of everybody. When I say everybody, there's 7 billion people in this world at all different socioeconomic levels, and sometimes you need people at the lowest socioeconomic level.
So this guy is fighting for the New World Order where you're going to be his servant. He wants you as a slave. Says he needs you because he doesn't want to do the work. I guarantee you that.
One, to keep the people that are in the next level conscious of what it means if they get out of line. Would you like to be like them? Would you like to have it worse?
Yeah.
Okay. There's somebody who has to dig ditches and be happy to get $3 a day, because the result is if that fucking company leaves, there's no $3 a day. It's even worse. That's just the reality of life.
So in this case,
that's so Talmudic. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
They're going to try to, they're going to try to control, at least do as much damage control as they can, and at least steer me. And boy, if her last name is actually related to that, I am going to be so disappointed, because that is such a bad.
Hey, look. I'll say this again, and I've said it many times because I know they're always listening, but it's the truth. The elite are not stupid. The people they hire are only marginally dumber.
No. You always hire the best people for the. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
there are necessary evils in this world, and like I said, from the beginning, I saw this. I said to Melissa, I said, man, it's like this guy figured it out, but he stumbled upon something he should have just let these other fucking flakes deal with. You made it too fucking crystal clear, man. And I'm not your handler. I'm not telling you this as to reel you in.
He's not your handler. This is just one agent to another here.
I'm just saying for the record, we've had this talk, so now you're fully cognizant and conscious and aware that this is all, anything that happens to you after this, it's all by your own hand.
Well, why? Do you think I'll actually get to see the script, or do you think they?
Do you think I'll get to see the script? Listen to this talk, people.
They won't even show it to me unless they're sure I'll say yes.
The way you've conducted yourself so far and how smart you are, I think you know better. I think if you were presented the truth and you saw the ramifications of your actions and what their plan was, matched against it, only to the degree that they need to disclose to you, then I think you'd be right on board with everybody else.
Okay.
Look, if say you were shown multiple timelines, say they did have a lens that could see into the future and things like the 12th monkey, or they've shown you on paper calculation-wise based on human psychology and population and everything combined, right? They show you 12 possible scenarios that they've calculated, and they've showed you the people, without naming names, who are in the field to be the change agents in control of the...
Yeah. They're talking about the agents in the field. You've seen the whole script. You know who your players are.
Narratives. And then they show you where you come in and how you askew the timeline. You're like the guy in the fucking, what's that bureau?
The Adjustment Bureau.
The Adjustment Bureau. You're the guy who's going off the fucking thing and costing resources and everything else, and they're trying to, figure out how to reel this in.
The black guy that helped him in the end?
Well, yeah, but no, you're the guy the guy's chasing down. It's like, fuck, he's fucking up the assignment. He's costing us resources. You're like Terrence Stamp is chasing you down. So I don't know if Patricia is Terrence Stamp in this instance. Miss Steere.
Well, and you also got to remember how it's spelled, right? So it's Steere, so it's mystery.
You got that? You got that? Mr. E, right?
Yes. Yes, it's all there.
E-E-R-E. Well, and you also got to remember how it's spelled, right? So it's Steere, so it's mystery.
Mystery. What did I say?
Mystery is a tranny investigator, right?
Yeah. Mr. E.
There's also that guy, Transvestigation Now or whatever. It used to be called Mr. E.
Exactly. It's all written together.
I said misdirect. I said because you are pretty direct, Patricia. I said misdirect was already taken.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of thought been put into that last one. Plus, she has the same first name as my mother. Plus, she has the initials PS, or but she always signs her letters MS, was the same as me, MS. In fact, even if
you have this all figured out, it's all been figured out.
Called her Miss Steere and me, Mr. Sargent, it would still be MS. Yeah, it's a lot of fun little nuggets in there. Yeah, so you know my agenda. I mean, this is what I want. It's not. It would be a shame that this particular thing we're doing, and I know you're not exactly in the same boat, but the movement I think has affected. You got to remember, I get so many emails from people, and you'll hear some of them tonight. People are just it's changed their life.
See, I don't see that though. I wish I did. I mean, but I don't want to put myself out there to read all that because I'm too much of this.
Yeah. But I mean, you've heard me read some of them where people are just. There is no conspiracy like that. It's not like the truth about 9/11 made me question my spirituality and my thoughts about the existence of the universe. Nothing has that sort of effect, and which is why it's like anyone that tries to debunk this, anyone just wants to shut it down. Like, yeah, come on, bring it on. They're not going to be able to do it. 8 months later, they haven't done it. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, he'll be next.
Right to Neil deGrasse. Woo, that's the big time, right?
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Where do you think that showdown is going to take place?
I don't know, man. Especially
in an abandoned warehouse. You're going to be tied to a chair and he's going to take punches at you.
Yeah, that'll be pretty much.
You fucking ruined my career.
Yeah. No, I've already got lines for that. I mean, no, he's actually one of the few guys that he could do it.
They could never do it. They could never do it. The little bit that he addressed it with B.O.B. was the only controlled amount that they wanted the public to really hear about it, because if they were to have this worldwide debate, Mark Sargent versus Neil deGrasse Tyson, it would wake up. It's like why people don't use our names. The odd time they do, we get 10 new subscribers, right? It's never going to happen.
Way too much attention.
If he got in front of it, he could do a different career. Yeah, that anything.
So Mark thinks that Neil could switch careers.
No, he just took it to the simulation as created by some teenager that hates you.
No, I'll take it easy on Patricia.
Well, no, I was thinking of Alex Jones and Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Take shots, Patricia. She's waiting for it.
She is?
Oh yeah. She goes. Because what you were gonna do with the blonde wig.
Honestly, what does she think of me? She hate me? She mad at me?
No, not at all.
All right.
No, God no. No, she was one of the reasons why she was doing the whole flat Earth thing was because she was listening to our show.
Right.
So she's totally in, and we'll see. In fact, she's interviewing 2 more people this week. She's interviewing that Seven Trumpets prepper guy, and I think she's interviewing the Morgile as well.
Wow.
So yeah.
I hope she laughs at all this when she listens to these recordings.
Great. Super great. Yeah.
So he just slips in that it's all being recorded, right?
He did.
Everyone's heard what they've been saying.
Yep.
I'm not on Mark's side. I'm not on your side. I'm on my side.
That's the other thing. We never Skyped during the middle
He's
of the
on
day.
my side. So that would make him recording this conversation over top of Mark like this would make him Mark's handler.
Yeah, if she can help it. It's always at night. Like she's always busy during the day, even though she doesn't really work. And
yeah, I play on the 3-sided chessboard, and I have only one move.
All right, I'm gonna work out. But hey, nice chatting with you, man. It's
Hey, man, be safe.
Always a slice. Well, yeah. Well, no, she's down there, and I'm here right now. And until that changes, nothing's changed.
Where do you work out, at a gym or at home?
Just home.
Okay.
No, yeah, I'm not. So that's
Don't let me drop a-
It means he doesn't
Hey,
work
nice
out.
spot,
Right?
Jeff.
I don't
Yeah.
work out. Exactly.
work out. All right, man. I will
right.
try to listen to your show tonight. It's pre-recorded anyway, so you get some sleep. I don't know if you probably won't listen to it live, although you might listen to the beginning of it live, just to make sure that.
All right, that's all.
Chris
Hope
didn't,
you
pick
enjoyed.
anything up.
So what do you think, brother?
It's just what their plans were and everything else. Just a bunch of them trying to overstand everybody like they did. Like they tried to.
Well, the way I see it is the plug has been pulled on Mark. Looks like Johnathan pulled the plug, said, you're done. Bye-bye. So he shared this video with Stargods. Stargods published it. I think Trolls versus Trolls has it, and now there's a full, complete breakdown of it. So really don't expect to be hearing anything more from Mark Sargent. That should be enough. Exit stage right.